60,000 people are out of their homes in Spokane, Washington, and 640 houses are already ash. Entire blocks burned to their foundations in a single night. Also tonight, a third state opens a criminal file on Anthony Fauci. A ferry burns off Java with more people aboard than anyone counted. And later, the single number that could move SpaceX stock this week. Fact This News, Monday, August 3rd. We start in eastern Washington. 3 wind-driven wildfires exploded across Spokane County on Saturday under a rare fire weather emergency. The Old Trails fire alone destroyed 640 structures. According to Spokane County Fire District 3, most of them homes in the Indian Trail and 5 Mile Prairie neighborhoods inside Spokane city limits. Washington's State Emergency Operations Center puts the regional total near 700. Officials say 60,000 people inside city limits were ordered out under Level 3 Go Now orders. 409 families spent Saturday night at the Spokane Convention Center. As of Sunday, the fires had burned more than 7,000 acres at 0% containment. No deaths have been confirmed, though officials warn the scale means damage assessment will take days. Washington has declared a state of emergency. Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown called it the worst natural disaster our region has faced. Monday finally brings relief. Sunny, a high near 80 light winds. Farther west in Okanogan County, though, the separate Kaiser Canyon fire has burned past 134,000 acres. Here's the one line of opinion you'll get from us tonight. A fire that takes 640 homes inside a major city's limits in under 24 hours is not a wildland story anymore. It's an urban one. Overseas, the passenger ferry Mutiara Sentosa 2 caught fire Sunday morning in the Java Sea, off Sumenep Regency, at the northern tip of Madura Island. It had left Surabaya bound for Makassar. The manifest listed 232 passengers, 39 crew, and 181 vehicles. Survivors described flames fanned by wind moving through the vessel in under 30 minutes. By Monday, Indonesian rescuers had pulled 229 people out and recovered 5 bodies, and then said the number still missing is unknown because officials now believe more people were aboard than the manifest recorded. The ship was built in Japan in 1992 and sold to Indonesian operators in 2015. And in Japan, recovery from the magnitude 7.1 Kumamoto earthquake is into its second week. As of Sunday, 38 people are confirmed dead. Survivors face extreme summer heat on top of it, with fractured water mains and no power for air conditioning in shelters.
To the markets. Friday's close. The S&P 500 rose 0.7% to 7,489. The Nasdaq added 1% to 25,373. The Dow gained 277 points to 52,485, locking in a 4th straight winning month. Stock of the day is Amazon. Second quarter revenue came in at $200.6 billion against a Wall Street estimate near $196.5. The number that moved it was Amazon Web Services, up 36.7% to $42.2 billion, the fastest cloud growth in 18 quarters. Amazon's AI and custom chip businesses each cleared a $25 billion run rate. Shares jumped as much as 15%. Amazon also raised planned 2026 capital spending from $200 billion to roughly $220 billion, which tells you where the money is going. Zooming out, about 71% of the S&P 500 has reported and 85% have beaten. This week brings Palantir, Advanced Micro Devices, Eli Lilly, McDonald's, and Disney. The main event is Friday's July jobs report, where economists expect about 87,500 payrolls, up from 57,000. Under 100,000 and a September rate cut gets a lot more likely. Your daily Elon, and it's a big week. SpaceX posts its first quarterly results as a public company on Tuesday, August 4th, covering the quarter that ended June 30th. Investors get official revenue, operating margins, and Starlink subscriber counts for the first time. Context: adjusted earnings were positive $6.6 billion for 2025, but the company posted a $4.9 billion net loss last year and another $4.28 billion loss in the first quarter. The stock is down more than 30% from its June IPO price, and 2 trading days after that report, the first tranche of the staged lockup expires.
power. Louisiana has become the third state to open an investigation into Dr. Anthony Fauci. Attorney General Liz Murrill announced Saturday that her office will examine whether Fauci broke any Louisiana state law, joining Alabama and Florida. The trigger was Wednesday's Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee hearing, where Fauci invoked his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination more than 100 times across nearly 3 hours. He said his decision was a response to Senator Rand Paul releasing more than 1,000 pages of his unredacted personal diaries from December 2019 through 2022. Here's the legal mechanic that matters. Fauci holds a federal pardon from President Biden. A federal pardon does not block state prosecution. That's precisely why these 3 attorneys general are looking at state statutes. Republicans on the committee are also weighing a contempt vote to push a court to rule on whether the Fifth Amendment claim holds.
The future. The robotaxi industry just visibly split in two. Baidu has begun testing autonomous vehicles on public roads in London, partnered with Lyft and Free now, with plans to open rides to the public in 2027. Waymo remains the clear leader by volume, roughly 500,000 paid rides every week, commercial service in 10 U.S. cities, and London and Tokyo lined up as its first international markets. It began London testing with safety operators in April. Uber and Wave are also going after London this year. Now the other direction. Tesla's robo-taxi fleet covered roughly 700,000 miles in the second quarter, a drop of about 36% from the first quarter, and that's despite expanding to 6 cities across Texas and Florida. Fewer miles while adding cities is the metric to watch.
Your health and safety. The recall of the day is small in units and serious in kind. BenQ America is recalling its GV31 portable projectors, the white circular model. About 1,249 were sold in the United States, plus 240 in Canada through the BenQ store, Iconic Micro, Memory Express, and Amazon between July 2023 and May of this year for $500 to $600. The rechargeable lithium-ion battery can overheat. The Consumer Product Safety Commission's notice lists 3 reports of overheating, including 1 incident that burned a consumer's hands. Stop using it now, register on BenQ's recall page, and you get a free battery repair or a replacement unit with shipping covered. One more thing, because it matters. Do not throw a recalled lithium-ion device in the trash or your curbside recycling. It has to go to a household hazardous waste site.
Weather. The Spokane fires ignited under what forecasters called a rare fire weather emergency. And Monday's forecast is the first favorable one in days. Sunny, near 80, light winds. Across the Pacific, Japan's Ministry of the Environment and the Meteorological Agency issued heat stroke alerts for more than 20 prefectures Monday, from Kansai through Kyushu and Okinawa. Kurume in Fukuoka Prefecture was forecast to hit 40 degrees Celsius, 104 Fahrenheit.
The lighter side. Disney is reviving Camp Rock. Camp Rock 3 premieres on the Disney Channel August 13th and lands on Disney Plus August 14th, with the Jonas Brothers reprising Shane, Nate, and Jason as the band Connect 3, alongside new campers played by Liamani Segura, Malachi Barton, and Lumi Pollock. And on streaming today, Netflix adds 5 Nights at Freddy's 2. Sports, and today is the day. Major League Baseball's trade deadline is Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern. The headline name is Detroit's Tarek Skubal, a 2-time Cy Young winner, with the Tigers reportedly asking an enormous price. The Dodgers, Brewers, Rays, Braves, and Cubs have all been linked. Deals are already landing. The Blue Jays picked up starter Jamison Tyelon from the Cubs. Everything is final at 6.
And the number of the day, 911.5 million. That is how many pre-IPO SpaceX shares come unlocked 2 trading days after Tuesday's earnings report. Roughly $116 billion of stock suddenly free to trade in a company already down 30% from its IPO price. That's Fact This News for Monday, August 3rd. This episode is brought to you by ResuFresh, resufresh.com for all your career prep and AI mock interview needs. Use promo code TRYMETODAY to get started. Follow us on X at FactThisNews. See you tomorrow.